Hey everyone, it's your homegirl, Jenny Leigh with VRA Realty. Welcome to another episode of Good to Know in Chester County, your inside scoop on local businesses that make Chester County feel like home. Today, I am so excited to introduce you to someone who brings creativity and charm to every corner of her shop, Jenna Dobbyn, the owner of the Iron Bird. Welcome, Jenna.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you on here. You already know that I love your shop, and I can't wait for everyone else to hear about it. But why don't you, in your own words, tell us exactly everything about the Iron Bird?
Well, the Iron Bird started almost 3 years ago, and it's located in Chester County in Chester Springs, right off 100, north of the Turnpike Downingtown exit. And we started exclusively as a home decor boutique.
Yep.
But over the years, it has evolved based on customer demand to a curated collection of gifts for all occasions and for all family members, clothing, accessories, home decor, furniture, you name it, we have it.
You have a whole men's line?
Yes.
Right? That whole room.
And we're expanding that. That's right.
And I love those little drinks that you have.
The mixes. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
So you got started 3 years ago.
Yes.
What really inspired you to...
Oh, great question. So I grew up with a creative side, but always kept thinking, oh, I'll work in the corporate world like many of us, or I'll become this or become that. And I think what was ingrained and rooted in my soul was finding that creative outlet and then bringing it to others.
Right.
So around 9-10 years old, I can remember going places and finding items that people had gotten rid of and upcycling them with my dad, who is also a local entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And that from there, it's what made me happy.
Yeah.
And as years went on, I did the things. I went to college. I got degrees.
Yep.
I followed, I guess what you could say is a typical path.
Yep.
And then I did get that corporate job. And although it is really satisfying for me on a daily basis, it doesn't allow me to display or show the world that creative side of me.
Yeah.
So that's what got me started in wanting to have a brick and mortar and wanting to be there for the community and vice versa.
Yeah. So what brought you to deciding how to have a business in Chester County?
Okay. That could be a long-winded answer. However,
Go for it.
Let me give you the Cliff Notes version. So as I was working the 9 to 5 in Chester County at the time, I kept noticing that there was a void that I needed to fulfill in my soul. And so what I did was I found what was missing at the time when I would go into shops, whether they're a big bang store, an online store, or into a smaller local boutique.
Yep.
And I created a business out of that. But I knew I couldn't just take the full plunge right away.
Yeah.
So I joined my first collective several years ago in 2018 in Chester County. And a collective is basically multiple side hustles, small businesses that rent a small space within a larger building. And that single collective grew to 6 collectives across 3 counties. I think it got to the point where I felt like I was working 2 and 3 full-time jobs to when I thought to myself, this is not sustainable.
Yeah.
I cannot leave my full-time job,
Right.
but I don't want to say goodbye to what is truly making me happy at my core.
Yeah.
That's when I ultimately decided I'm going to go down the road and start to do the necessary research and legwork to open my own brick and mortar and slowly leave these individual collectives.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, going to one location versus 6 across 3 counties is easier.
Yeah.
Easier, obviously.
Yeah. But it was a great starting point, it sounds like.
Right.
It really helped you get your creative outlet going and fulfilling that, but also learning, right? It's a good stepping stone for where you are now.
Yeah, it did. I learned from each one of those business owners for the individual collectives. I learned valuable pieces that I took as those lessons that were positive, and I learned what not to do through their eyes.
Yeah.
And I got to know the business side, both the daily and what you need to take into account on a regular basis, that were things that are behind the scenes that you don't see. It's not all the pretty displays or the curated inventory. It's all the stuff behind it that sometimes we don't think of when we walk into a store.
Yeah. So you're kind of doing your research, right? And you're thinking about taking the big step. So what made you choose Chester County?
That's very simple. My entire family was born and raised in Chester County and are alums of Downingtown.
Yep.
And it's where I'm rooted.
Yeah.
So when I went off to college as an 18-year-old high school graduate and went to Lancaster County, some people go across the United States or across the world. I felt like I was somewhere totally different, being 45 minutes west. And the one thing I missed was home because those deep roots were foundational structure to what I could build a business around. I knew what Chester County brought to me and what Downingtown specifically brought to me.
Yeah.
And I knew what I wanted to also offer to others. So there was really no question of any other location. It was just what part of Chester County or what area around Downingtown did I ultimately want to find that spot, that location.
It's interesting because almost every single person that has been on here, whether they're from the area or not, it's the same continued theme. It's the community feel, the support. I think we're really fortunate that way.
We are.
I just assumed, well, isn't every area like that? I mean,
it's funny you say
I grew
that.
up here too.
Yeah.
You know that. And it's just you assume that, it's just, another county. It's just another state. Why wouldn't it be like
community-based?
Yeah.
Right.
And, well, you learn very quickly. And you're just, one county away. But, it is different. And I think that is what makes it so unique and why there's so many great business owners in our county because they really get the support.
Right. And they not only get the support of our community members that live within the community, but also from each other's businesses.
Yeah.
It's not just the customers, but it's also the other small business owners that have to support one another.
Yes.
And that's the reason why when people walk in the door and they say they're hungry, I'm like listening. Oh, I can tell you where to go.
Yes.
I can tell you other stores that might have it because it's how we grow is by sharing.
Yeah. I mean, I can't agree anymore. I mean, my next question, I think you're kind of already answering it, but what do you love about running your business in Chester County? You kind of are already, getting into it, but if you want to dive into it a little bit more.
Yes, I definitely can.
Okay.
So really, I love so many things, but if I had to say one word that I love the most about being a small business owner in Chester County, it's connection. I have the opportunity, Amazon and Target are great places and available to consumers worldwide.
Yeah.
But I have the opportunity to get to know my customers on a personal level.
Yeah.
I get to meet their kids.
Yeah.
I sometimes hold babies when they shop and try on clothes.
Yeah.
I have the opportunity to support their children's softball teams.
Yeah.
I understand what's troubling them on a day when they walk into the shop and they're irregular because they don't have the same facial expression that they might have had the last 3 times that they walked in. And no, I'm not in the store every single day, but I'm there enough to be exposed to such a wide array of our customers that walk in and out on a regular basis. So many of them bring grandchildren and bring family that comes from far distances. And it just shows me that I've built a further nest egg and expanded their community as to what they see it today. It's not just about your neighbors and who you sit next to at your ice hockey game for your child, but it's also about how you're being treated and what's brought to the table for you when you go shopping every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's wonderful. I mean, I don't think I could agree anymore. And I also like too, how you were talking about, the business owners supporting each other. I mean, where you are located, there's a couple other stores, shops, barber shop, and even just to me in regular conversation, you're sharing with me, the owner of so-and-so. And, so I think that also is huge,
really
because
is.
it's relatable. You guys can learn from each other, even though they're completely different businesses.
Right.
I love that.
Right, but all of these businesses are storefront.
Yeah.
So we all have customers walking into our storefronts, even if it is for a spa treatment or hair treatment, or like you said, at the barber shop, or to have an appetizer and a drink with a friend. We all are opening our doors to the same people, and they can then leverage what's around them. And what I've enjoyed most about the small business owners in the Eagle and Chester Springs area is really the amount of growth opportunity with collaborating with each other. Wow. Sharing, if I have an event coming up, do they want to collaborate? Do they want me to talk about their business, promote them? Do they want to share a gift card so that I can have it as a giveaway? Yeah. And so I feel like that also helps them and me. And it takes 2 seconds. It takes 5 minutes. And it doesn't cost a dime. So I think that's what's important, because we're all trying to watch out for one another, I would hope.
Yeah. And you're also one of the most creative thinking business owners that I know. You're always thinking of the next step. You're always thinking about how to collaborate with another business owner. I'm like, teach me your ways.
I say that to everybody else. Teach me your ways.
I'm impressed. But that's because you're so, you're not like, oh, I know what I'm doing, right? You're always open-minded to learning as well. But I'm like, how did you even think of that? I was like, thanks for sharing. It's great. So I would love for you to share, some events that you have annually. Sure. Because you have a couple really fun ones that
we do.
Maybe people will just save on their calendar. You put on a great couple events, so please share.
Sure, I can do that, yes. Okay. So you're right, Jen, we have 2 regular events that happen same time, same date every year, same day. The first Saturday in June and the first Saturday in December are our 2 biggest markets. Yeah. Those markets we have branded as the Summer Artisan Market, the first Saturday in June. And in December, it's naturally the Christmas Village to get us ready for the upcoming winter season and holiday events. At both of those events, we try to have anywhere from 20 to 40 vendors. Yeah. They used to be located at the storefront, but they have grown. Yep. So now they're located at my private estate in Downingtown. Yep. I was fortunate enough to work really, really hard to obtain the Downing estate. We're located. Stunning. It is. And it's very special to me and to the community. Yeah. We are located right across the street from Wegmans in Downingtown on Lancaster Avenue. Yep. And that's where the Christmas Village will be this year. It's the same hours as the shop, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. All information can be found on our Instagram and Facebook social platforms. Yep. And we also share through our monthly newsletter just to keep everyone in the area informed.
Yeah. Well, I know the eye that you have and walking into the space, which I'm going to go back on, but the Christmas Village, like everything that you do, you just feel like you're walking into like a Hallmark movie, like the Christmas, but I'm really excited to hear this. That's new to me, so I can't wait to see what you're going to do. I'm sure it's going to be stunning. But back to talking about the great eye you have, right?
Thank you.
Every time I walk into your store, and I know others agree with me, I'm not walking into just another home decor store. I feel like I walk in, there's such a great vibe there, and every time I go, there's something different. And I feel like it's more of an experience than just like, oh, I need something for someone. I'm just going to run in real quick. Well, that never happens because I'm usually in there for at least an hour. And every single time I walk away with that chocolate toffee, you know, oh my gosh. But I love it. And I do share with a lot of people that it is a great shop for buying for someone that's like hard to shop for. You have a little bit of everything, or when maybe you move into a new house, or you know you're redecorating, right? And you just need that one cool, unique little something.
Right.
I send everyone to you.
Conversation piece.
Yeah, I'm like, just go to Jenna's shop.
You're
gonna find it because you just have that creativity, and I never ever have left empty-handed. I don't think ever.
Not many people do.
But it's the experience, and I know I'm not the only one who has expressed that. It just makes the whole time you're there more enjoyable. It always smells amazing. It always looks good, and then everybody there is so friendly.
Thank you.
So
it's that really means a lot to me. And, you know, just to expand upon like some of the feedback that we have gotten around the experience, when opening the shop almost 3 years ago at the end of this month, we wanted it to be an experience.
Yeah.
We wanted you to be able to close your eyes and open all of those other senses. Your smell, what are you hearing? What are you seeing? What are you smelling? Yeah. How do you feel when you walk in? And I always want it to feel like you have left a busy street, Pottstown Pike, Route 100, and now you've come into a new world of new products that maybe you're familiar with, and hopefully some that you're not. And it is no science. There is no secret sauce in anything that we do outside of the fact that I always keep an open mind. I'm always having conversations from everyone to bank tellers to the person that does my nails and my hair and people that I work with at my corporate job every day to say, who do you know? What do you know anyone that makes things like this? Where do you shop? What do you like? Where do you like to buy your items from? Every time my family and I and my friends and I go on vacation, I always say we have to set time aside to support local businesses because that's where I get my ideas. That's where I learn from others in different counties, different states. Even sometimes when I have traveled across the big ocean to the Mediterranean, and I always am holding myself at a higher standard and making sure that if it feels stale to me, it's going to feel stale to my regular customers. So I always need to change things up. And that's the reason why you probably say some of the things you do, because
it shows.
I'm thinking about it all the time.
Yeah. And just like you were talking about earlier about the business side, this is just the same exact thing you do with any person that crosses your path. Like, what do you like? So you're building upon that way too. And it's like, just ask, and a lot of people don't think to do that. They're like, let me go online and do the research. Let me see what's popular now, what's trending, blah, blah, blah. But I think that's, again, what makes you so unique is you're asking people in the area, like you're doing a one-to-one to get that, oh, yeah, that does sound awesome. And again, that's what creates this unique experience at your shop.
Absolutely. I mean, I was just at Wegmans yesterday and in line, and I loved the vibe of the person standing in front of me. So I asked her where she shops, where she likes to buy things. So and smart. It went down a rabbit hole because there was a lot of people in front of us. And all of a sudden, now I have someone new who has never heard of the Iron Bird, who is planning their first visit. And that's important to me. I like complimenting others and calling things out that people wear or that are on their car or that where's their bag from. It's how I learn. There's not enough hours in a day for me to have a full-time job, a side hustle, a family.
I don't know how you do it.
And then on top of that, really keep myself up to date with regular trends and what else is available to consumers to go out all the time.
Yeah.
So if I ask the people that cross my path, it really does help to reduce that time spent.
So smart.
Thank you.
I know that I love not only my house can represent like some uniqueness, like some of the clothes, some of the jewelry. You know, I'm like, no one else is going to have this. You know, it's like really cool. It's like to be a little bit different, and I love everything about it.
Thank you.
So you briefly shared earlier how people can find you, but can you just share again, let them know, anybody listening, where they can find you, and share again about your newsletter too, because I think that's really
sure,
good.
No problem. Yes, so we are located at 213 Pottstown Pike. It is just a few miles north of the Downingtown exit of the Turnpike on Route 100. Pretty easy to find. We're the left-hand side when you're headed towards Pottstown. So that's where you can find us in person. But digitally, you can stay connected to us through our 2 social media handles on Facebook and on Instagram. I am building a TikTok, but it is slow to come.
So scary to me.
It's coming, but I'm not focusing on the followers right now. I'm focusing on the content that I'm putting out there. And we do have the ironbird.com.
Okay.
On our website, there are 2 areas. One of those areas is if you have a quick question for us, that comes all directly to me. I'm the only one that answers all of those questions, concerns, anything that you wanted to ask about. If you have a new brand that you'd love to see in the store, I do read all of those personally.
Awesome.
And that's also how you can sign up for our newsletter.
Okay.
Our newsletter there's a sign up available when you come into the shop, and there's a sign up available on our website. That newsletter was really started to connect those users who may not be on social media as frequently or at all. And also to remind people of upcoming events, what's new, what sales are coming, when are we doing sip-in shops and pop-ups, and how can I sign up for a workshop? I don't want to clog inboxes. I realize that we get a lot of things digitally in our faces on our phones, tablets, and computers. So I try to limit it to 1 a month. But if something does pop up through the month, I will communicate it that way as well. So those are the best ways to stay connected to us and the latest and greatest news and events, as well as coming to visit us right here in Chester County.
I love it. You're always thinking of new things.
I'm trying.
Thank you so much for coming on today. I mean,
thank you.
I can't tell you how much I love coming to your store and finding something new every time. And I'm sure everyone listening will probably come now too and find something that they love.
Thank you so much for having me. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to show how grateful and how thankful I am to, honestly, the community that has kept our doors open. If it wasn't for word of mouth and people talking up their experience and what they got at the Iron Bird, we wouldn't have to keep thinking on our toes and keep bringing in new inventory. And that doesn't go without mentioning. It's really, really important to all of our artisans and consigners and to my family and myself. So thank you so much to the community listening and to you and your team for inviting me on.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jenna.
You're welcome.
I'll be your sunshine.